Good morning. My name is Carlos Holland. Today I'm going to take you all on a tour. It's 50 miles from Tijuana, Mexico. You're going to see the orphans, how they live, how they do. I also have here with me Don Dickson, the founder of Crossover Charity. There you go, Mr. Don Dickson.
Hello friends and friends of friends. I discovered this wonderful place about a week ago. I was so impressed, I had to come back. And I've come back and I've met what you would call the patron, the proprietor, or the guy that's just in charge of doing all this work. Come in here, DJ. Sure. This is DJ. He's the man that's been running this place for how long now, DJ?
My wife and I have been here for almost 20 years, over 20 years, and we couldn't do this without people partnering with us. We currently have around 120 children in our care, from infant all the way up through young adults. Very few of our children are true orphans. Severe abuse, kids who've been abandoned, kids that wind up on the streets. They're here for a lot of different reasons. But here we bring them into our home and we are a large family. Most of our children grow up here. We put them through school, we put them through college, and this becomes their new family.
Wow, isn't that fantastic? You must get great joy as you watch these children grow.
It's incredibly gratifying work, and most people have a few kids. I get to walk several down the aisle a year now. I've been doing this long enough.
Well, they get married.
Yes.
Do they call you Grandpa when they have children?
Or Papa DJ. But we couldn't do this without great people who partner with us. We work with a lot of different churches, individuals. The bulk of our funding is individuals. We are a 501c3 in the U.S., but there's a lot of wonderful charities like yours doing some great work. We tend to get asked a lot about adoption because we have a lot of babies here. Unfortunately, international adoption is almost impossible today. Not just from Mexico, worldwide, it's slowed down to almost nothing. But we're here to provide the home for the kids because they can't go to the U.S. And we do have a lot of local adoptions, but most of our children wind up growing up here in our home.
Is that because there's so much bureaucracy to an adoption?
Part of the adoption problem is bureaucracy, part of it is political. Part of it, and we understand, is pressure from the UN, the fight against human trafficking. So it's not just Mexico, it's worldwide. Adoptions have all but stopped in the last 5 years.
So what's my bottom line about being here? How many million Mexicans live in Southern California? If every one of you had sent this guy $1 a piece, what a great thing that would be. Helping him financially, take care of these children. Maybe he can take on more. Come on, I'm going to get your address. I'm going to get his address or the way that you can contribute. Send this man some money. This man's working for God. Everything he's doing is worthy. Let's help him out, okay? That's why I'm here. Just to help this man run this orphanage. So, come on now, we'll just take a little walk around. We'll shoot a little bit. We have to be very careful that we don't identify anyone that might not want to be identified. So, one other thing I'll tell you too that Michael told me, this is one of the few camps that have a nursery. They take little babies. People come here and say, I can't take care of this child, it's yours. And they accept it, and they raise it. So you're going to see kids in here from tiny infants, and Michael was telling me there is no age limit. They can stay here as long as they want to stay. But naturally,
You're okay.
Naturally they grow up and want to leave. What you're looking at here is what I'll call individual houses. Each one of these houses houses a particular grade group or age group. The little ones have their own house, the bigger ones have their own house. This place is magnificent. The other reason I wanted to come here is this a replica of exactly what I want to build in my homeless camp in the United States and in Mexico. Every one of these buildings has a significance of some kind. It's a camp. It's almost like a military camp. And we come around to the very beginning, and here is the nursery.
Behind me is our nursery. This was completed about 10 years ago. Orphanages tend to specialize, and here we do infant care. We occasionally get in preemies. There are other orphanages in our area that care for HIV-positive children, severe special needs. Some homes are very, very specialty, but we happen to do infants here. And it was referred to as almost like a military camp or a campus. We prefer to think of it as a small town. Here we've got about a dozen homes for the children, all separated by age and gender, and then support buildings, a barber shop, a library, a bakery, classrooms, medical clinics. It really is a small town unto itself. And with our children and staff, around 150 people live here full-time in our own community. And that's important. Our kids have that sense of stability. We have a lot of traditions here, family photos. We do the tooth fairy thing, which is pretty much a full-time job. But it's important to us so our children have a normal family life. And we could not do this without the wonderful supporters, the organizations and groups that partner with us.
And Michael was telling me that you're building a church up on the side of the hill.
Yeah, we're always expanding. We're always working on things. We are faith-based. We're a non-denominational Christian orphanage. We work with a lot of different faith organizations and secular groups, but our current building project is a chapel here on site. And along with Bible memory verses, prayer together as a family, like any normal Christian family. We're now doing Sunday services here on site with our kids as a family. With our kids and staff, we're bigger today than the average church in America. And we enjoy coming together and worshiping as a family.
Amen. 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 Okay, let's move on.
We are a small town. Behind me you have our soccer field. We have AstroTurf on the field. Always a real center of activity, and both soccer games and other field games we have going on with our kids. But as the camera pans this way, the green and yellow building you see over here in the distance, that's Middle Boys. The tower on the left is the library. The tower on the right is the barber shop. The orange building to the right of that is our younger boys' dorm. But what you see is, once again, just a small town, a series of buildings where we're able to create a home for our children.
It's almost like a town of yesteryears, like in the settling in the West, isn't it?
Very much so. A lot of people have also compared it to downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney.
With all the bright colors. Yeah.
Did you ever go to Knoxberry Farm many years ago?
Oh yeah.
Before they turned it into an amusement park? This reminds me so much of it. So much of it. Okay, just going to come on around here. Okay, now there's the cross on the hill. Come back down here to the building and the soccer field, and GJ is going to talk to us about volunteers. Oh,
we're staffed on a lot of different levels. We have a large paid Mexican staff, but then we depend on a lot of long-term volunteers. We have 12 full-time Americans right now that have committed for 6 months or longer. And there's information about that on our website. People want to come down, partner with us, serve the kids. We're very, very careful we turn away about half the applicants. We really have a fantastic team. And then we've got, during the summer right now, an intern training program. We do this every year. We bring in a dozen or so American college students who want to learn about missions and service and orphan care. And we have a 30-day curriculum where they study, they hear from other pastors, other heads of ministry, and we have great discussions and experience lessons for that team. So there's the long-term volunteers, the short-term training, but most of our groups are in for the weekend, in for a week, and they come from various parts of the U.S. to come in and serve both here and in our community, where we're a hub for missions and service to the surrounding area.
beautiful. Give us your website slowly.
Our website is pretty simple. DOFO.org, the initials of our home, Door of Faith Orphanage.org, DOFO.org. where there's a lot of other great information on us. Or if you Google Door of Faith Orphanage, there's a lot of great information.
So, would some of these kids get college credits for coming here and taking this service?
We're not officially registered with colleges, but most high school kids in the U.S. today are required to do so many volunteer hours, and we sign those volunteer hour pages all day long. And a lot of students use us for their volunteer hour credits.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to pan the other way now. Take it around slow. Look at some of these beautiful little tykes in here. Can the mom and dads come and visit the children after they've abandoned them here?
Most of our children will never see blood relatives again. Either the families have truly abandoned them, or the abuse was so ugly that they've lost all parental rights. But we do occasionally have a family that can come and visit, and our hope is they get their lives together and they're able to get their children back. But that's not a reality for the bulk of our kids.
Yeah. Do you find in most cases it's has to do with narcotics, that they abandon their children because they're on narcotics, or is it more they just can't make enough money to feed the child?
Very rarely is it straight financial. There's usually drugs, alcohol, some other issues. Nobody voluntarily wants to give up their children.
Yeah, true.
But the bottom line is sin. People fall into a lot of different sins, and it breaks up families.
Yeah.
And some people shouldn't breed. Some people shouldn't have kids.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Absolutely.
And the conclusion I came to when I came here the first time, having been touring Mexico for close to 40 years. No, please. I know what I'm doing. Shh. Conclusion I came to is these children got lucky. They could be living in sheer hell if they were still with their parents. They got lucky. They came here. Their new papa is DJ, and he makes darn sure that they're surrounded by love, affection, caring, education. What a guy, huh? What a place. Come on, if you think this is worthy, they're always short of money. Any place like this needs more money. Send these people some money, okay? If you'll just step up front. Sure. Now see if you can get us, Carlos. DJ, I feel like I've known you forever, man. I feel like we're buddies.
Well, similar heart to serve. Thank you very much.
I love this. I'm gonna maybe do me one. How long did it take to grow that?
That's about 6 months. Get ready for Christmas.
You're a wonderful man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I know God has already blessed you. Michael told me when you guys have any kind of a problem, told me you had a $2,000 stolen, you had something broke into. He said you all just get together and pray, and God takes care of that problem. Has done it every time for years.
This is God's ministry. It's not ours.
Have you experienced that for 20 years?
Over and over again. God
They're
comes
really
through.
tough times. Really tough times. You're just about ready to give up, and here's God.
God comes through. We've never had the lights turned off. Kids have never gone hungry.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I can do something with this now.